What's going on, everybody? Thank you for rocking with me. This is the second clip I'm letting out from the interview I have with Av. There is one more clip in addition, so it'll be 3 clips altogether. So please make sure you go check out the first one where we're talking about validated. And once you hear the episode, you'll understand what that means. And this one here, we go into a little bit more battle rap stuff in terms of small rooms, who Av wants to battle, etc. And then the third part, it gets a little interesting. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell for all the alerts. Follow myself at JLegend100 on Twitter and Instagram. Follow Av at SharkCity_Av on Twitter and Instagram. Again, make sure you subscribe. Hope you enjoy the interview. Shark City. For those who don't know, explain that, please, sir.
That's just a nickname for Norfolk. That's just, it's ain't nothing but a bunch of sharks out here. It's sharks everywhere you go, but, we definitely stamped that. That was stamped some years ago. And we just been running with it, you know what I'm saying?
Is that a league?
Nah. The league I started in was 7 City Sharks.
Okay. I'm sorry. That's my confusion, because I remember. All right, I got you. 7 City.
Yeah.
Is that something that's still going or no?
They working. They still working. They trying to develop new talent and stuff like that.
Battle rap, the whole concept of it is a huge part of hip hop. Just today is way more prevalent, but clearly it started way back when, before all the fucking events, before all that. It was almost like a rite of passage into hip hop. Was it the same way with you coming up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Do you remember your first battle?
Yep. I'd always been battling, man. Like we used to do shit in the lunchroom like everywhere else. Niggas battling in the lunchroom of school. Like it started there, but like when it took to the cameras and all that, it was actually on my daughter's birthday, February 12th, 2012. It was my daughter's birthday. That was my first on camera battle.
Okay.
It was for the league, 7 City Sharks. It started off as a personal bet, actually. My producer, Dar, you know what I'm saying? Like we close, we like brothers, you know what I'm saying? And he was telling his people that had a dude that he vouched for battling, that I couldn't fuck with him and yada yada yada. So they ended up betting. We talked shit for a little while. We put our own little bet up, and that was it. It was go time from there. Put it on that league. I did my numbers, and I was right back at it after that. Like I got a call back to come out there and do another one. I did one more for 7 City Sharks, and the next thing I know, I'm battling John.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, hold up, man. I didn't know we was that serious about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
did you get a rush out of it though? Did you get like an adrenaline rush out the shit, or was that just another day in the office?
The first one, it was just like this, another day in the office type shit. The second time it started to get fun because it was like, I think my second battle was Young X. Okay. I believe so. I believe my second battle was against Young X. And you know what I'm saying? At that time, he was on a roll out here. You know what I'm saying? He started before me out here, and he was killing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they said he was coming out on 50 deep. You know what I'm saying? He was killing niggas. And so it was like, okay, they know I'm a new face, but when I come through with my city, people in my city, they coming. So it's gonna be 50 of them. It's gonna be 50 of us. So we need to set this up. Portsmouth versus Norfolk. You know what I'm saying? And anybody know out here the history. Norfolk and Portsmouth don't rock. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like you don't come through that too. We don't go through that too. It almost felt like it was gonna be one of them type of things going into the battle. Of course, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But it's all love. It was a great battle. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got harmed or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? We actually built after that. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of mutual respect. You know, a lot of networking and building with each other, man, and that's the homie. You know, and to this day we still good. But then, you know, that part of it, that was the fun part. So niggas look at that like, damn, man, you might be ready to battle some URL shit. I'm like, man, hold on, man, this just for, you know, for the city. I won't thinking global with the shit, you know what I mean? Because we knew who John was. You know, like 2012, that's when he really was popping for real. But I said, fuck it, bring him out.
Things like that can create a mutual respect. It's almost, because it's verbal verbal combat.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes little shit like that, man, it can actually build the bridge, you know what I'm saying? Especially if no dumb shit happens in between the rounds, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even more so is the point of, as you mature, as life goes on, man, you go through too much shit to be having historical grudges that you don't even know what the fuck it started over.
Right, especially over nothing as silly as rapping. You know, we passionate about it and we take it serious, but it ain't worth going to that extreme behind it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad everything turned out the way it did.
Yeah, man. And then everybody's bond grows tighter, and now it's us against the rest of y'all. As far as that, then it becomes Virginia versus the rest of the U.S. Like, who want smoke? To me, it's just, again, another thing about hip-hop. How easy it can be for it to create some shit, or how easy it could be for it to really bring people together. But that's always the better part.
Mm-hmm.
So now we go, the Seven City Sharks. We go through all that. We climbing our way. Did you feel at any point that this was moving a little too fast for you?
Nah, not. You talking prior URL?
Yeah, I'm saying leading up to it.
No, not really. It was an even pace because, like, even after the John situation, like, I didn't get no URL calls then, so I was still, like, battling the hottest dudes from the area, you know what I'm saying? Here, we were still doing that. But at the time, it was other states and other battle leagues, you know, from other states. They were bringing their artists to come out here and meet us and see what we were doing, because a lot of people had heard, like, yo, them boys making some noise out there. So I don't know really if John, you know, spreaded the word or whatever, but, you know, that's how we met T-Top and Briz and them, you know what I'm saying? Like, They used to come out here and check us out, you know what I mean? Like, even we built a relationship with them. Dudes from Philly, dudes from Baltimore, shout out to Pit Fights. Dudes in Atlanta, shout out to Milltown Blow, when he had to spit that heat, like, you know, they knew about us, like, so it was love like that.
The style that you bring, and again, I always hear the flow of it. Do you think that puts you a little more favorable with the actual fans, or was the content and what you were saying?
I think it's a little bit of both, man. Like, I wasn't as punch heavy as I was now, because, like I said, we were battling. You know, we was battling local guys, so we were speaking on local issues. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't take as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just around here, they just wanted to hear that shit that was going on around here. You know what I'm saying? It's like once you start battling and going to other places, you know, that's when I started seeing that I had to change it and tighten up and sharpen up stuff like that.
We do the show. There's 3 of us bloggers who do this show every few weeks, called The Union, and it's myself, DME Detroit, and my man Visuel from Battle Rap Boutique. He has sent me 2 questions to ask you, man, so this is for my man Visuel. Salute to The Union. Matter of fact, everybody, make sure y'all subscribe, not only to this channel, but check out our Union blogs, man. So he said, you and Rum Nitty had a classic as 2 punches. He said, what style opponents do you prefer to battle? Do you prefer going against people with the same punching style?
I really don't. I don't really have a preference of the styles. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I didn't battle new dudes, you know, the older dudes, the veterans. Like, I don't really know, for real, bro. Like, I don't think I have a style I prefer to battle. You know what I'm saying? I think it's all about the battle itself. You know what I mean? Who the person is, period. You know what I'm saying? If it's some shit that's going to motivate me to write, then it is. You know, as long as the battle itself is motivating. They don't just tell me, yo, this who you battling and go, you know what I'm saying, go about your business. But, you know, the Rum Nitty shit, it's going to always be hard to top that one, because that was, you know, I had to be on one for real.
That's another joint that I feel is timeless. You're in the game, so you would know better than me. And it's not calling any particular person out. But style-wise, we had went through a period of time in battle rap, and we somewhat still there, where there were just so many dudes that you couldn't tell who was who. Like, if you wasn't watching the actual visual, you know, you couldn't tell who was who, because everybody's style just, I don't want to say they was copying each other, but it just seemed that way. Like, if you wasn't looking at who it is, you wouldn't even know it was the different guy. When you sit here and you see all that, and then you go and watch their battles later, I don't think, this is me saying it, this is how I see it, I don't think some of them joints is going to stand the test of time. I don't think I'm watching that 5 years from now and enjoying it. Like, I just don't. I don't enjoy it now, so I definitely don't think that it's going to carry that. There are certain battles, and I do put you and Rum Nitty in that category, where I just feel like a few years from now, we could still go back and watch that, and not only does it have the replay value, but I think we'll still enjoy it. What do you think?
No, I definitely think so. Just off the strength that Rum was coming from the West Coast, and him, you know, people knew who he was, but for him to be coming from the West Coast to New York, me not being from New York, coming from Norfolk, coming to New York, and we put on a classic like that in New York, and neither one of us are from New York, and they still got the appreciation and respect they did, I think people are going to always go back to it. And then it was just a crazy battle because on paper, like I said, Rum was established.
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, Rum is going to, you know, it's just going to be, he about to just slaughter this dude. Like, Av is nice. They see me in a none situation. They see me and Mike P. So, but they like, man, this is Rum Nitty we talking about. Like, there's no way he going to be able to, you know, go punch for punch with him or whatever, you know. But for it to come out the way it did, man, I think niggas going to always go back to it and fuck with it. Just because. So,
with that being said, let's take the Rum Nitty battle out the way. And I know this is a lot to think about right now, but I have to ask, if you take Rum Nitty battle out the way, what other battle that you have do you see in general that's just gonna, it was a dope back and forth and it'll just stand the test of time?
I think me and Geechee battle is the reverse of what me and Rum was. This was me coming to the West Coast, and like he like when you talk of the West Coast, when you think of the West Coast, man, you know they got their legends they stand with disaster and so on and so forth. But somebody like Geechee, who was a new breath for the West, you know what I'm saying? He was hot. He's still hot. But at the time it was a perfect time to take him, and that battle was crazy. And I had a great time on that motherfucker. And it's gonna always be one of them battles that they mention when they speak of the West Coast.
You're living through it, so you tell me from your perspective, what have been the differences between you battling at home, you battling in New York, and you battling in Cali?
It's gonna be hard as hell for a nigga to fuck with me at home. I don't even like to battle. I don't even battle here too often. Like, especially out of towner, it's gonna be hard because we get overlooked. We've been getting overlooked for so long. It's like, nigga, we don't, like, when out of towners come, nigga, we ain't fucking with y'all, nigga. We ride with the home team. Like, it sounds biased, but it is what it is. But New York, man, the New York love, man. I love New York. You know what I'm saying? And I love battling out there because that's the mecca of the shit. You hear me? So, you know, it's back and forth, man. New York is tough, man. They fuck with you 1 minute. I mean, I guess that's life, but I've seen it firsthand in New York. You know, they love you, hate you, and love you all over again, like, quick. But it's necessary. It's needed. It's fucked up, but it's needed. It makes sure, like, New York makes sure you don't get too comfortable. If niggas will let you know, hold on, nigga, you nice. You that motherfucking nice, nigga. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, and that's appreciated. You know, you gotta have tough skin. A lot of niggas fold to that. You know, once they love you and you get so comfortable, you feel like you can be off your shit. New York will let you know. Yeah. That's so fat.
Yeah. No, they definitely will. How was the vibe in Cali?
Yo, Cali is love, man. Cali is love. Them niggas will let you know too. They just appreciate people coming from, you know, from a different coast to come fuck with them, to show them love. So it's definitely, you know, more love and appreciation. Like New York, you know, they know how they is. Like, nigga, you gotta come here, nigga. We New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't pressed that you here, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You gotta come here to do, you know what I mean? But with Cali feel they overlook. When you come from New York or you come from Virginia, just to come all the way over there to put on the show for them, they appreciate it.
Well, I always feel like that's what it should be across the board. I always say I go to a lot of battle rap events, and I used to work putting together a lot of events like for local artists here and comedians. And two things I always say, man. A job of entertainer is difficult, and whether you guys want to see it that way, that's what you guys are. It's very difficult, but overall, I find it a little more tougher for comedians and battle raps. Man, I be on that stage, especially RBE events. I'm on the stage, like I'm sitting here like fuck, like I'm not even battling, and it's like, you look at this crowd, look at, you know, the lights, look at this, look at that, and for you to sit here and have to craft 3 original rounds to entertain a crowd of 200-300, maybe later on down the line 1,000 or whatever it is, like you have to battle your opponent while entertaining everybody else. What is that like?
Man, listen, it can be. It definitely depends on the venue you at as well. But that shit tough, man. Like, I tell niggas all the time, like, this shit is different from being an artist where you going out night in, night out performing the same song.
Yes. You
know, I'm not saying that their job is a walk in the park, but, you know, our shit, man, like you said, having to come up with this motherfucking, having to come up with the material and shit, man, that shit is, that get tough. Them niggas will let you know. Or you might think you spitting your hottest shit, and them niggas they ain't catching it or don't give a fuck about it. You might be crazy ass conditions. You never know what the fuck might happen. You know what I mean?
Do you prefer the larger room or the smaller room?
Depending on the battler, depending on who it is, real for real. Because like I'm gonna tell you, when I battled Chess, that was my first time at Urban Plaza, the surprise battle. For Gnome and shit. I had a little nervous feeling at first, but when Smack was like coming to the stage from motherfucking Norfolk, VA, and like walking out and hearing the building go crazy, I was like, oh man, like all that shit went away. Like, you know, that moment, that shit is love to see that, to walk out of Urban Plaza and see all these people, you know what I'm saying, fucking with you like that. But the smaller rooms, the big stages for performance, man. If you balance somebody that's performance heavy, then that's what's up. But when you want a war, like you want to have and Rum Nitty and that type of shit, that's for the smaller rooms. Because the big rooms, man, niggas ain't really trying to hear that shit. They just trying to catch something every now and then, go off. You know, they looking for a couple haymakers, action. You know what I'm saying? They just like the feel of being at the event. Yeah. Small room niggas want to hear something. You know what I'm saying? Like they really trying to catch everything. So I like both of them though. But depending on who the battler is, then that'll tell you where I'd rather be at.
Of course, I'm gonna come at you now, man. I'm gonna put you on a quick spot. All right. So give me 2 guys you want in that small room, man.
JC.
Okay.
And probably Cortez.
I like that, but why Cortez?
Lyrically crazy. Yeah. Like he's more of a small room battler than a big stage battler. He's not as entertaining in a big room as he is in a smaller room.
Well, you picked 2 very difficult guys in general, man. JC and Cortez both, but what they write, and especially Cortez, you know, I feel like throughout the last few years he adds in a little more, especially the last year, he's adding a little more performance to everything.
Yeah.
I hate the way that people talk about both those 2 because I feel they very underappreciated, but I think that would be dope to see you go against both of them, man.
No, it might happen in the near future. Might definitely be something happen in the near future.
All right, big room battles. I need 2. Who on the kill list?
Big stage, probably Hitman and Ill Will or Math.
I would love to see you in Ill Will, but I will also want to see you in Math.
Yeah, we've been trading little shots the last couple days.
Yeah, I saw it, but I've been wanting to see that before that. But seeing you 2 say a few things to each other, it creates that excitement, man. It creates that excitement.
I appreciate Math as a battler because he's one of them legends that ain't hiding behind the legacy. That ain't jumping, that ain't just there to talk about, oh, I was here first, and you know what I'm saying, that old diva shit like that. He wants to come and win for real. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta appreciate and respect somebody like that because he could talk his shit because he's been around for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But he's not a diva legend. Like he a fighting champion, and I respect it. I'm gonna kick his ass when I meet him, but I appreciate him.
No, I'll definitely look forward to that. And is there a particular setting you like? Does it have to be a a big name event or what? Does the league matter?
He on fire right now, man. Like, he on fire. So a big stage, big man, dog, they gotta be URL. Like, it has to be URL. I don't travel I don't do too many, other leagues, man. Like, salute to them and what they doing or not. But, if niggas they won't check it for me before Smack, so Smacking them gave me the opportunity, to do what I'm doing now. So, and everybody was like, yo, you get the bag. That shit gonna come. That shit comes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never not got paid for battling, but you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it ain't always about that shit, you know what I mean? I don't know what people other relationships is with Smacking them, and I don't get into it. I don't count nobody's pockets or nothing, but since I've been there, everything fine with me. So I'm gonna just keep it like that. You know what I mean?
No, I could definitely see what you're saying, and I feel too that when you start making it just about the money, the material gonna fall off because you're gonna take whatever's readily available, and I do feel that's where a lot of guys fall off. But with that said, me personally, I'm not a fan of a league. Like, I'm a fan of battle rap.
Okay.
So
man, see, in your position, you kind of, I hate to say somebody have to be, but I understand what you mean from your position. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but it's just always been like that for me, though. Like, of course, I grew up watching the Smack DVDs and everything. I still got some of the bootlegs. I still got them. But I can literally go to, which I've done, I can go to a KOTD event, and even though it's a somewhat different style, I can still appreciate it because it's still, to me, it's still that combat. It's still that competition. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes my frustration with battle rap fans is, and it's okay if you feel that way, I just don't feel like you need to knock somebody else for it. But when people say, oh, if it ain't URL, it don't count. Like, for me, the way I see it is like, I think that's a bad way to see it from a standpoint of a fan, because then you're never gonna appreciate nothing else that's out there. You don't have to say that while saying fuck another league. You can just say this is my favorite league.
Right. You're right.
And I'm cool with that.
See, I know I definitely don't knock them. Like, I definitely like some dudes over there, King of the Dot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm aware of, you know what I'm saying, of what goes on over there. It's just, I'm cool where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying?
I could definitely see that. I just, like, for me, it's just like, hey, and I guess it's just, lately it's been, like, bothering me a little bit more and more, just that point for people. When I hear people say that shit, it's just, like, yo, don't do that because this is battle rap. Like,
see, this era of battle rap is, like, this is the most high schoolish era of battle rap it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, shitting on my fans or nothing like that, because I appreciate everything, but it's just the certain things that's going on now. Me looking at where it came from, being a fan of where it came from, and how we moved around with it, it's like, wow, this is kind of, it's getting kind of corny with some of the shit that's going on, some of the shit that's being tolerated. You know what I mean? So this, like, too much of this trolling shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's at an all-time high. It's seeming more WWE-ish.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you damn near looking for some controversy now just to make sure you in the right fucking room. You know what I'm saying?
No,
we definitely don't want nothing to happen, but it's a little bit too much. And I think it's social media, man. Social media is we all need it to be who to promote what we do. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. But sheesh, I'm still learning. I'm still learning this shit too, man.
No, it was like that for me for a little while, man. I took, because growing up in Harlem, whatever came out your mouth, you better stand next to. So, like, it was when I first got on social media, man. I used to be reckless with it because somebody else get disrespectful, and my mentality is, all right, remember what you said. You gotta
stand on it. Man, listen.
Like, I always slap the shit out of you.
My bro had to tell me, like, bro, some of these dudes that's talking reckless on these Twitter apps and stuff are the same ones that be like, yo, bro, can you take this picture with me right quick? You'll never know who it is.
No, it's the absolute truth, man. And then for someone like yourself, you're gonna see literally thousands of people. You're not gonna sit there and remember every damn body who said what, and that's not even realistic, man. These dudes, they just social media loaned the voice to suckers. So that's what it's gonna be, man. But even for you, like I said, as you're moving through your battle career, as you're moving through your music career, it's gonna be trillions of people doing that shit to you. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why we say you don't feed it, it don't grow.
Nah, man,
you know what I'm saying?
I agree. I definitely agree with that.